Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. Let's jump right into the reading. So this is going to be another reading on a spirit baby omen. So this sign is going to be of the octopus. So I'll read out the automatic writing poem I've written for this reading and then we'll jump right into the reading. So it says, multiple births alert, an army of spirit babies surround you now, all eager to join and be in human form. Intelligence and intuition go hand in hand. These souls will only come through when your perception of self is brand new. Tap into your creativity and being shown a school nativity. Are you willing to learn what others cannot discern? The octopus is here to remind you to express even when in fear. Bold christened beings regenerate what is lost, moving through life with the passion of God. Masters of camouflage and adapting to change. Nothing in life is to remain the same. Focus aim towards that tunnel vision. If it is your will, then so it be. Just a heads up, you might conceive 2 or 3, or get pregnant again while still growing me. So I will leave that poem for you guys in the description so you can read it again. But that is what's come through in automatic writing poem when I was connecting to the spirit animal of the octopus. We're going to get some messages and insights from this spirit animal of what you may be seeing right before you conceive or when you're due to be given birth, or what this omen, what this sign means. And I'm hearing under the sea, you know, the little mermaid under the sea with the little reggae crab. But it's particularly the first part of the song, like before they get into the song, where he's like saying to Ariel, like, the human world is a mess. And he's like, what we got down here is way better than what's going on up there. And it's like the energy of the octopus is agreeing. So you know where human beings would be like, oh, Earth is ghetto, I don't want to be here anymore, what's going on? It's like the octopus is agreeing, but they're like, Earth's not ghetto, you humans are ghetto. It's humanity that is ghetto. You're the one who is causing all of this chaos and causing all this mess. It's like they're somewhat annoyed by our chaos, and our ghetto-ness is kind of leaking into the seas, and it's affecting the marine kingdom. So that is what's coming through firstly with the octopus sign. What did you want to start with? This deck here. So can we get some messages, please, when it comes to the omen of the octopus and spirit babies? But that's funny. Like the energy of the octopus is looking at humans like you guys are annoying. Not only are you polluting your land, you're polluting our seas. So I feel like these spirit babies coming through for you guys who are seeing this sign connected to your spirit baby. I feel like these spirit babies are going to help in moving humanity out of the hood. That's what's coming through, is moving humanity out of the hood. But it's also clearing up the land, but also clearing up the seas. It's like these spirit babies know what's in the sea, at the bottom of the sea. You know, we don't even know. We haven't even explored all of our oceans, right? We don't know what's down there. And many people are like afraid to explore or know what's down there. It's like some of these spirit babies coming through. No, they have this knowledge. They have this wisdom. And I'm hearing Atlantis. So they'll be very, very connected to Atlantis. You know, the fallen ancient civilization. Some of it is still there, I'm hearing. Some of it is still there in the oceans, and it's unfound, untouched and untapped. I'm hearing untapped by human beings. But it's like these ascended souls, they're going to be able to tap into it. They know where it is. I feel like some ancient civilizations that are still here aren't supposed to be touched by human hands. That's why they're saying tapping in. So it's like psychically tapping in through the ethers and not physically going there. It's like a remote viewing is what is coming through. A remote viewing. So a lot of them will have gifts when it comes to remote viewing. Can I get a few cards from this deck, please? What does the collective need to hear when it comes to Jesus? We have Into the Unknown. Look at that. Underworld depth, courage, facing your fears. Is literally what they were showing me. So that's that confirmation. These spirit babies, these souls coming through, they know what's at the bottom of the seas. They know the unexplored territory within the sea. A lot of them could be marine biologists, or that will be like their way in. Like they'll do this studying because there's an intelligence coming through. But it's not just intelligence of the higher mind. It's emotional intelligence, and it's also street smarts. They're saying street smarts. So a lot of these children, you could be living in an area that's considered ghetto, or is not very well off, that the spirit baby will first be born into, but then you will move and you'll get out of it. As they're still a child, they're still pretty young. They're showing me you will move and you will get out. But it's it's this soul joining you that's going to trigger a lot of you to moving out of ghetto areas, or out of an area that is kind of turning into something that it didn't used to be. So maybe you're in a nice area, a nice surrounding, but they could be building like a lot of new cheap houses. They could be building houses on it, or they could be moving like a certain groups of people into the area, and the area is just changing. So I feel like you will move out when they're still quite young. But they're not going to be afraid as well to explore under the sea. A lot of them could be like baby seals. They're just, you have to watch them near pools and water and stuff because they're just going to be diving and jumping in with no fear. It's like they love, and it's deep water. They love deep water. A lot of them could be connecting to like surfing, or they could be like a swimmer, a very, very strong swimmer, but that is coming through. But into the unknown, they're also not afraid to explore the well within themselves. They're not afraid to explore the celestial waters, God's waters. Now, the other card we have here is Metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are different now. Again, and this is what they will be bringing to Earth just by their mere presence. Not even them getting on with their mission yet. By their mere presence of them being born in this earth, it causes a metamorphosis. So they are here to assist us in diving deep. But as we are diving deep, we are rising up. It's like as we are diving into this well, into the oceans of ourselves, and particularly the womb, the divine feminine, we are rising up. So these souls are very much connected to the divine feminine rising. I'm hearing welcome to her queendom. Welcome to her queendom. We are coming home. So a lot of these souls, it doesn't mean that they're going to be girls. They're going to be very connected to the divine feminine. So obviously this is general, so it'll be girls and boys coming through. But they're very, very rooted and connecting to that divine feminine energy, into that wisdom. I'm just seeing like an old elder, an oracle, and she has like a certain like a piercing in her nose, this old oracle, but she has like a lot of wrinkles, like grey hair, and it's like this hair is being swept back by a wind, but it's like an ethereal wind, and her eyes are extremely intense. This is what I'm seeing. Some of you guys could be dreaming of this kind of elder and ancestor, particularly before this baby comes through. And it's like they're showing you, this is who I am. This is who I am. We have the sacred well, replenishment, self-care, given from a place of plenty. And that is beautiful. You see how she's pregnant here, but above her, you have this portal, and it kind of looks like a fetus in a womb. You know, when they're first growing and they just look like a little blob. That's what I'm being shown. So some of you guys could well already be pregnant. You could have just gone for your first scan. It even looks like within this blob, there's an eye. You see, like an all-seeing eye. And now I'm being shown the head, the top part of an octopus, the octopus's head. You know, they kind of look like an alien, don't they? They have like huge heads and huge brains. But again, this is connecting to the intellect of these souls coming through. It's very, very powerful. And obviously here, this looks like the higher mind. So they're confirming these spirit babies coming through, they have a very powerful higher mind. They are not afraid to explore what others are afraid to explore. They keep talking about unexplored territory and beyond the wall. So there's lands in this realm that humans haven't touched yet. The humans haven't been onto yet. Some lands and some parts of this realm humans aren't supposed to. But again, they're saying we can tap in, we can see. And it's the eye. It's like the all-seeing eye. We can see, we know. We have the wisdom, we have the know-how. Because again, they're not going to abuse this remote viewing ability. They're going to use it with grace because they're very connected to the Most High God. Very connected to archangels as well. Some of you guys could be seeing, feeling and having dreams of archangels. I feel like a lot of people this year will be having like divine interventions, but will be physically seeing an angel or having those experiences where you come across an earth angel. Well, that person just appears out of nowhere and helps you when you need them. Maybe you just got into a car accident and they help you like change your wheel or whatever, and they get the car going again, and they just help you, and then you turn around to say thank you when it starts going, and they just disappear. They're not there. Like that sort of thing that people would be experiencing. And I'm being shown somebody being pushed out of the way. So maybe a car or something just misses you. You're being pushed out of the way by someone. They can literally like run and dive, like save your life. And you're there like, oh my God, thank you, thank you. And you both get up and you like go to thank them again, and then they're not there. Like that sort of thing keeps coming through. And I feel like people are already sharing these experiences, but it's going to be on the increase. So human beings can't dismiss or deny the fact that the spirit world exists, that angels exist, and that we are protected. We have here planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner core, soul team. And this is the elder that I was seeing, but she had her eyes open. You see here? She had her eyes open. They're extremely intense, old eyes, old wise soul. Some of you could be visiting like sacred temples, maybe like, or like sacred sites. I'm hearing Catholic, but I'm seeing Mother Mary. And you know, sometimes people were saying that Mother Mary, she would have tears coming from her eye, or she'll cry. It will be like a tear of blood. That's coming through for someone. So maybe you see this. Maybe you see a tear coming from Mother Mary's eye. There's like a certain statue. It's definitely in a church or cathedral, something like that, and you're praying, and you could see a tear, and this will be your divine intervention. This is going to be that spiritual, mystical experience that you will be having. But again, soul mission here on the card. I was hearing soul mission earlier this morning. I was literally in the shower and I kept hearing soul mission, soul mission. That's our soul mission. So a lot of them, this is what they're here to teach us. And they'll be very, very angelic in nature, very connected to guardian angels. I feel like their energy in and of itself will feel like a guardian angel. They're going to feel very, very old. So some of you, well, sometimes as they're growing up and they're getting older and you can actually have those conversations with them, I feel like you'll kind of have to hold yourself back and remind yourself that you're talking to your child and you're not talking to this like powerful elder, because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing this soul. And you're like, wait, there's still a child. There's certain things that I don't want to be telling them. You know, parents will hold certain things back from children. They won't want them to know. So like if you're going through a separation, or if you're going through like financial struggles, just things that you don't necessarily want your child to know for their protection, you want to keep it from them, not like lying, but it's just they're a child and you want them to be a child. You don't want to ruin their childhood with adult issues and adult problems, you know. There's that energy that's coming through. But you'll kind of have this battle sometimes and have to remind yourself, because they are so old that, again, I'm just staring at this elder. They're very, very ancient. What else, Spirit, do the collective need to hear when it comes to the octopus omen? We have raven, wise woman, a change has come in. Literally, they're confirming how wise they are. They hold so much wisdom. And again, they keep showing like delving deep, but then flying high, delving deep and flying high. So they're saying delving into ourselves and the parts of ourselves that we kind of repress or put behind the door that says X, do not enter. They're not afraid to open these doors. They're not afraid to enter these rooms and these spaces, or be looking at things that are wrong within this world. Because remember, they're saying that they're here to pull us out of the hood. They're here to get humanity out of the ghetto. That's what is coming through. So some of them could be working with like the youth, and in certain areas that are kind of run down. They could be like youth workers, but they're going to be very powerful when it comes to actually making changes within their community. And they're bringing through this community and this togetherness, this unity, because this is how we're really going to move out of the ghetto. This is how humanity is really and truly going to rise on up, and how we can face our things that are going wrong, that aren't working anymore. We need to be coming together. We need community again. We've all kind of gone into that in that independent state. Like, I don't need anyone. I'm hearing I don't need no man. It's like that feminism. And then you've got the opposite side of the spectrum. You've got the red pill manosphere, because that's all the same spectrum. It's just opposite ends. So you've got the gender war, people just attacking each other constantly, and we need to be working together, particularly men and women. Like this is they're saying this is how you create us. You both come together and you create us. We need you working together. You could be seeing ravens everywhere, a lot of blackbirds, and they might literally just be staring at you, even stalking you. They're bringing a memory up in my head, but this is to do with cats. So when I first started awakening, I moved from my parents' house and I moved to where I am now. But there was a cat that would always be outside my parents' house. Every time I walked out, it would just be there, like it was waiting for me. And it was very like mystical, as if it just appeared. Like I was talking about with those stories and people having experiences with angels, it would just appear. And it had very distinctive features, and like it had like it was browns, it had blacks, it had white, it had like different colours within its fur. But then when I moved from London to Wiltshire, the same cat would be like, no word of a lie, the same cat would be like outside waiting for me, and I was like, how is that even possible? Like, how has this cat come from London to here? And I saw it just disappear in front of my eyes. Like it walked into a different dimension, it disappeared in front of my eyes. And this is when I was like, okay, angels definitely, sometimes they will come through as like homeless people. People will often say that sometimes angels will come in the form of pets, but particularly cats. And this is when I would like really integrate that truth. And I always knew that cats are very mystical and they're very connected to time travel. I'm hearing time travel. They're very connected to different dimensions and walking through realms. You know that saying, cats have 9 lives? And I literally saw it in front of my eyes. So that's coming through for someone. Maybe you've seen the same thing and you have cats, and you've noticed. You've been like watching your cat and you're like, is it a cat? Like, what is it? That's coming through for someone. But again, it's that confirmation that these souls are very, very connected to the feline energy. Cats are connected to the divine feminine. What else, Spirit? We have eagle, ancestral healing, Your ancestors are holding space for you to heal your past. I think the eagle is the bird that flies the highest. And this is how it will often defeat its prey. Like if it has other birds that are trying to come at it, that are like on it, or if there's like a snake that's attempting to get its eggs, it will fly and it will take them higher and higher, because they can't exist in this high atmosphere, and then they'll just drop off. So this is what these spirit babies are saying. They're wanting us to delve deep, but also because this is going to assist us in completely rising our frequency on up to that of our higher selves. If you're someone who wants to meet your higher self, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be delving deep within you so you can rise up. But these spirit babies coming through, they're going to assist humanity as a collective, as a whole, in meeting our higher self. And they're showing me people all around the world glowing. And this will be happening more and more in the future, as people aren't afraid to look in the mirror, aren't afraid to face themselves. These spirit babies coming through, this new wave of children, they're going to be assisting us. Some of them are already here. But ancestral healing. So a lot of you could already be doing all of that inner work. You know, releasing the baggage that was handed down to you from generation to generation. You were like, absolutely not. I feel like a lot of you could have... it's like with me, I used to suffer with eczema, and I had it really bad head to toe. And it was on both sides. We had like a double whammy. But I remember them saying it's, I forget the word when it's inherited, so it's passed down, but that's what it was. And it was on both sides. Again, they're saying both sides, double whammy. So you guys could be like that black sheep on both sides of your bloodline. You could be like having to go through all this baggage on both sides of the bloodline. You could be like the firstborn sibling, or the firstborn cousin is given like the first daughter energy, where you kind of take on that energy, being like the second mum. And I'm hearing like nobody asked you, so you could have been doing all this and even had people in your family say to you, oh, like, well, nobody's asked you to do this, and you're like, they're so ungrateful. I feel like some of you may have distanced yourself, or cut your family off. That's coming through for somebody. But they are proud. I'm seeing like a little girl when she's wearing a tutu, and she's kind of like bowing. She's like bowing to you. So some of you will be like a little girl coming through. And she could be destined to be like a tap dancer, or doing, dance that is very connected to the intuition. So you kind of just, it's an interpretive dance. You kind of just allow spirit to come through and dance. This is coming through for someone. They're showing me it. And they're showing me the movie, The Black Swan, that's coming through. And in that movie, I can't remember, I saw it ages ago, but I feel like she does explore both the light and the dark side. And again, they're connecting this to delving deep into your lower self, and then rising on up into your higher self. Maybe some of you do ballet, you do dance. What else, Spirit? That's too many. Look at this card that fell on my lap, the swan. So some of you could be huge fans of that movie. Maybe you really love watching like interpretive dance, or these kind of classical dances. Like I'm hearing someone say like they work so hard, and the way they move, it's just so graceful. So some of you could really enjoy going to watch like these classic fancy dances, because I'm seeing like it's a really beautiful theatre, really beautiful. It has a lot of gold, a beautiful tapestry all over the walls. I'm seeing someone in a booth with, like, you know, the what they called, the magnifying glasses. I forget what they're called, but it's like you're holding these, and they're really elegant ones, and you're just watching all of these dances, and you're like blown away. You're in awe of how they're all moving and what you can do with the body. It says graceful transformation, soften your heart and find your flow. Maybe some of you, this was your dream, and maybe you didn't go ahead with it. What else, Spirit? Can I get one more card, please, from this deck for the collective when it comes to the Octopus Omen? One more card, please. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a cartoon with an octopus. You know they do that squirty thing. It's like the cartoon octopus is doing the squirty thing, and there's a toddler pointing there cracking up. It's like they're obsessed with, you know, when kids are at a certain age, right, and they're obsessed with like poo poo and wee wee, they think it's hilarious. And they're putting my little cousin in my head, and when she was younger, when she was like 3, she'll be like, can I tell you a joke? I'm like, yeah. She'll be like, poo poo wee wee, and she'll literally start belly laughing and start cracking up. That's coming through. But they think it's hilarious. So maybe they will watch like a certain cartoon with an octopus in it. Or maybe you've got a child now who already does that, and they think it's hilarious when it does like this, the character does like this sort of the squirt thing. What else? Jeez, that's too many. One more card, please, Spirit, from this deck for the collective. They keep flinging out more. Okay. Thank you. We have monkey, inner child, don't take life too seriously. And this is what happens, right? Once you've done that delving and you face those parts of yourself that you know was going to be hard to face, and you rise back up. When you are rising back up, this is when everything becomes funny. This is when you just be like sitting there and all of a sudden you just burst out laughing, you crack up because you're connecting to your soul. When I used to first start doing readings, I would either burst out laughing or burst out crying. And I'm just getting a laugh in this, like fits of laughter. So when you are moving on up to a higher frequency, you're just gonna, because you're going to be in that joyful energy. You know, it's like similar to like a baby or like a toddler, that they just start cracking up at the most random things. Like you can just literally go into their face and be like, hello, and they just start cracking up. It's like that's what's coming through, but it's like you don't have a trigger. There's nothing like making you laugh. You'll just be like bursting out laughing. That's coming through for some of you guys. So this could be like a ascension symptom, like a physical symptom you experience. You're just gonna start laughing. And they're talking about how laughter is understood in every single language because it's the language of the soul, and crying is understood in every single language because it's the language of the soul. So you are connecting to the language of your soul, and these spirit babies are going to assist us with that because they're very, very tapped into themselves and to God. We have crane, surrender, let go of limiting beliefs, being as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. Again, they're confirming that your soul is an awakening and you're moving to higher heights. The bird is very, very significant. I feel like this sign comes out all the time when it comes to spirit baby readings. But my ancestors, they speak through the wind. I always connect the wind and the air element to ancestors. So this is that confirmation for some of you guys who feel like this is going to be a reincarnated ancestors. They're saying yes. I said ancestors instead of ancestor. So some of you will be destined to have quite a few children. And the octopus, this sign is connected to multiples, both multiple births, but having multiple children. And they're bringing through siblings. And I feel like some of you guys may like... when someone's trying to get a rise out of you, that they want you to react, they want you to start like screaming and shouting and swearing. I feel like you cuss people out in a way like a child would. Like this person could be like really agitated and they want you to be in that same energy, and you just look at them and smile and you'll be like, you're a poo-poo head. Like something like that is coming through. Maybe it's a sibling. Maybe you still kind of like argue with your sibling and you both will be using like you just be like cussing each other out, but it's in the way that you would when you were kids. That's coming through for someone. You could be like, you could play tricks on each other, like pranks on each other, particularly when you live in different houses. I feel like you may, particularly if you've got a key to your family's house, I feel like you would go to your sibling's house and maybe you take something or you move something. Because they're showing me when whenever my little brother comes to where I live, comes to my nan's house, he will come up into my room and I have letters on the side that my mum made me that spell out my name. So it says Demi, and he'll move them around. But when I've lived in other places in London, when I didn't live with them, he would do the same thing. He would come into my room and he would move stuff around. And sometimes I wouldn't notice. I'd be there staring at my name and I'd be like, why does it look weird? Why does it look funny? And it's because he's moved the D to like the end. And I'm like, but it took me a while to realise. I didn't notice till like the next day. I was like, my name looks weird. That doesn't make sense. But that's coming through for someone. We have here, I'm hearing we want siblings. We want lots of siblings. So I feel like a lot of you guys will be feeling these spirit babies around you. You will have known you were always destined to not just be a parent, but to have quite a few children. You'll be feeling them around you. It's not to say that all of them will be born in this lifetime or be born to you. Because for whatever, obviously human beings have free will. So if you decide you're done with the children you have, some of the souls that are around you could come through somebody else in their family. I'm hearing auntie, so they can come through somebody else in their family, but you'll still be close with them. You'll still be a huge part of their life, you know. We have here intuition. And this is what you've been working on. You've been really focusing on your intuition. I'm hearing like small steps. So maybe you guys at one point felt very, very lost because you see how the deer's and like this mistiness, this fogginess, you could have felt very lost and very disconnected to your intuition. So you step by step, you started getting closer to it again. So just be little things. You would listen to your intuition and it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And for a lot of you, it's grown into that psychic nature, that prophetic nature. Some of you could do like prophetic words with people. Maybe online you do this on YouTube. Or maybe you will be doing this in the future. Because a lot of you get a lot of information within your dream state. And you're connected to that inner knowing. It's the inner knowing. You know, some people will have the clairvoyance or the clairaudience, so they hear more clearly. For like you guys, it's just a knowing, and you can't explain how you know, but you just know things. And you're always right. I'm hearing you're always right. And it annoys somebody around you. It could be a partner. We have here Stella. Yeah, so it is connecting to your soul and to the celestial waters. Because remember, the celestial waters is what kind of holds us in Earth, in Mother Earth. The celestial waters is what we're wrapped in. It's kind of like being within the womb. It's like we're all still within the womb by being in this realm on Mother Earth. That is coming through. So there's a lot of truths that are connected to the womb, to Earth, and to the divine feminine that you guys are waking up to. And this will be happening more and more, particularly if you're a woman and when you conceive and when you're pregnant, you're going to be waking up to what the womb really and truly is. Like, it isn't just where we grow and birth children. It's so much more. It is a portal. It is a portal. It is a gateway between this realm and the next, because you're bringing through souls from God's realm, from the spirit world into this one. And you know that it's not just an initiation for you, it's an initiation for that soul, for the baby. I feel like I'm seeing someone give birth, and as you're giving birth and you pull the baby out, it's like you don't even wait for them to come out fully. You pull the baby out once the head and shoulders are out, and then you bring them towards your face, and then you're like, well done, you're here, you did it, you did it. So you understand that it's initiation for them as well. It's not just the mother that goes through this pain. What else, Spirit? That's too many. Can I just get a few of... Jesus Christ. Okay, they're flying out in threes. Some of you could be having a multiple birth, or maybe you will have 3 children. We have here Spirit. I love how this is a horse, because horses represent freedom. I'm hearing luck, but this is a white horse. It has a lilac hue, but it's a white horse, so that is connected to innocence, to purity, to spirit. And this is what you have claimed back. And if you feel like you're not quite there yet, keep going, because you're almost there. I'm just seeing horses charging, and they're charging towards a sunrise. They're charging towards a meadow, a beautiful meadow. And this is representing you. Because when you get to this meadow, when you get to this sunrise, your spirit baby will be coming through. You could be doing like a lot of meditations or listen to frequency music, and maybe like in the background of the frequency music, there could be horses running. That's what I'm seeing. We have here heat. This is literally the meadow. This is the meadow that you are galloping towards. And you are this horse. It's not like you're riding a horse. You are this beautiful white horse, and you are galloping towards the sun, towards the Christ consciousness that exists within you, towards your sovereignty and your freedom. I'm seeing this down here as a gateway. This flower thing, I'm seeing it as like an archway, like a gateway. So maybe you're doing like visualizations and meditations that you are running towards the sun that is through a gateway. They're saying keep doing it. It's helping you more than you know. Keep doing it. You could be having dreams of horses, that you are a horse and you're just running free, because this is that sign that you're almost there. And when you're almost there, this is when this test gets the hardest, right? Because you can feel it as well, that you're about to pass, and your reality is about to shift. So you started getting kind of like agitated and even more frustrated with where you're at, because you know you don't belong there anymore. But you need to be holding that space for yourself. You need to be holding the line, hold the frequency. They're saying as well, don't get ahead of yourself. So remember, everything in divine time. Everything in divine time, it is coming. We have fairy. Love that. You could be seeing fairies everywhere. Obviously, fairies are connected to the elemental world, and they're saying the unseen worlds, so again, there's something about untouched and unseen by human eye that these spirit babies can see. And they're saying they're not going to touch it either, but they're supposed to see it, and they're going to show us. It's like a remote viewing. They have a powerful gift of remote viewing. Maybe some of you guys do, but I'm just staring at the wings. So you are receiving your wings. You are rising on up, and they know that you have been in this darkness and that things have been tough for a while, but you are gaining new stripes. You are getting your new stripes. Can I get one more card from this set, please? What does the collective need to hear? Thank you. We have resurrection. Beautiful. Love that. So this is what you are turning into. So you're galloping along as that pure white horse, and then you get your antennas. And these antennas are representing your ethereal body, your aura, and how it's connected to the Most High, how it's connected to Christ consciousness, to the sun, This is the resurrection that you are currently going through. You need to be going through this because you need to be in a certain level of consciousness and frequency in order to best guide and raise these souls. Because there can't be any dismissing when it comes to signs that you see, that you know is your guardian angel, that you know is the other side. There can't be any dismissing when these children come through, because they're very, very powerful. And they're showing me the children from the Matrix in the room with the oracle, and one of them can like bend the spoon. I feel like that's come through it might have come through in another Omen sign, but I can't remember which one. But they're showing me that again. Very powerful souls coming through. Holy Spirit, work through me. Exactly. They're powerful channels and conduits of the divine. The white dove, again, is similar to the representation of the white horse, of freedom or sovereignty, of being very, very connected to spirit. Not only the most high spirit, but the spirit within you. So you're connecting to that spark of the divine within you. I'm seeing a phoenix. I'm being shown a phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is you. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of ego deaths, a lot of death and rebirth. And they said, and then I kind of like patting you on the back. It's like a child patting you on the back, like, well done, well done. Because you handled it with grace. I mean, maybe not always, but most of the time you handled it with grace. And your heart, you didn't allow your heart to go like cold and bitter, or like block people out or push people away. You always held the space for yourself and for other people. In times of turmoil, I'm hearing. So maybe you're that person that other people always turn to, particularly when they are grieving. And channeling was coming through, like being a channel for the Most High. So a lot of you could be mediums yourselves. But a lot of these spirit babies coming through are going to be very, very powerful channels. Some of them who are destined to be actors and actresses, they're not just going to be acting, they're going to be channeling. They're going to be channeling the character, the spirit, the essence. We have here song, celebrate and express yourself. Papa Legba is coming through. Some of you guys could be very connected to Papa Legba. That's coming through for someone. Obviously, we have a song. He is connected to music. So some of you could you'll be channeling when you're writing music. You could be channeling the Most High. That's coming through for someone. You could be a songwriter. But I feel like these spirit babies coming through again because they are those powerful channels. They're going to be very, very creative, and a lot of them are going to be in the music industry, the acting industry. But when this industry is moving out of the ghetto, which is happening now because we're seeing all this exposure going on, so it's like these people need to fall so God's people can come through and take their rightful place, I'm hearing. But they're very powerful. I feel like we're going to have an era, you know, that era of kind of like the 90s music, the 90s R&B, and it's like all of the classics that people listen to now. You know, you've got the youngsters on TikTok who are finding out about this music now. They're saying we're going to have that era again. A lot of people feel like we're not going to have that era again when it comes to music. We will be having that era again through these new waves of children coming through, because they are connected to the Most High. It's giving like a lot of R&B, a lot of gospel, a lot of music that is about relationships in love, but not about like the separation. It's about union. It's that music that's going to be very uplifting, but also music that will also, you know, like love songs, and they make you cry and they assist you when you do need that release. So some people have like a playlist of certain songs that they will listen to because they'll just bawl, they'll just cry, and it helps them release. That's coming through as well. And it's dancing to the beat of your own drum, moving to the beat of your own drum, being your authentic self. Because God doesn't make two souls the same. He doesn't make two human beings the same. Even like your soul, when you think of your soul, think of how many lifetimes you had on earth. Think of how many different personalities, different people, different stories, different lives you have had. All connected to one soul. I'm hearing we are infinite beings. We are infinite beings, and humanity is remembering this truth. There's still some people who are dragging their feet, but they're going to be waking up in the next few years. We have purity, return to innocence. Innocence and purity keeps coming through. I feel like this is a theme of this reading. And they're showing me the octopus again. The octopus is the top half, the brain. And obviously this is connected to the higher mind. And I feel like this message has come through in like every single omen. Like these spirit babies are going to be very connected to the higher mind. And they're going to assist us in activating more of our brain. More percentage of our brain. What else, spirit? And when we unlock more percentage of our brain, this is very connected to the supernatural. Which is actually, in fact, very natural, very human. Remember that God is spirit. We have Thomas, mind trap, and doubt. So this is what they don't want us to fall into. They don't want us to fall into our own self-doubt, because this is where we self-sabotage and we hold ourselves back. And when you have doubts, that's where you dismiss. That's where you dismiss God, the voice of God. It's where you dismiss your ancestors and your spirit guides who are trying to get through to you. So this is what they're going to assist us with, in removing all doubt, in believing in ourselves and the fact that we are the Son. We hold this Christ consciousness within our hearts, within our wombs, within our minds. What else, Spirit? This one. This one says enlightenment, continue to grow. Exactly that. And I love how it has this beautiful, the sun energy again. But this is beaming from her. So this is when you are sovereign, you're free, and you're in your power, and you're really connected to the Most High God. And you're connected to your auric field. There's something about the auric field that's very, very significant. Maybe some of you guys see auras. You could have had your aura, your photo taken in the past. And then you get it taken again recently, and you're like blown away. You're like, wow, you're seeing how much you have shifted and changed your energy. But there could be like a lot of yellows, a lot of green within your auric field. Some of you guys could be dreaming of certain colours. Like I know I've been dreaming recently of a lot of green, like I'm shopping for green clothes, or I've been gifted green things. It's just a lot of green that's coming through. And I call my future self, my higher self, the woman in the green dress. So I know that spirit confirming that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to my higher self. And they want me to share that because you guys are too getting closer and closer to your higher self. And they keep saying, please do not give up. They know things are very hard at the moment. And the world just kind of looks like it's going to shit. It's because the old foundations that aren't working, they were always wobbly. They're being completely removed. So everything kind of have to come falling down and kind of crash and crumble. And then we need to clear the debris. And I feel like this is what a lot of you are doing. You're in that part now. You're clearing the debris. So you could be spending a lot of time in meditation, or when you have that free time, when you can, you could be spending it in meditation to connect with your soul more, to connect with the other side, because there's a lot going on. And I feel like there'll be a lot going on within your guys' dream state. So you could be waking up feeling like you've been traveling. Like literally you will be waking up like, have I just been on a plane? Like, is that kind of energy? Is that kind of like jet lag coming through? But you know when you travel somewhere and you wouldn't have slept on the plane, you get there and when you land, you're like, oh my God, I need to sleep. But as soon as you get out the airport and you're on that foreign land and you're in that place, it's like you wake up. Because you like become excited. You're like, okay, I want to explore now. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then you forget that you're even tired in the first place. That energy is coming through. Some of you guys could be traveling a lot more this year. They want some signs. Okay, so we have bumblebees. Bumblebees are very, very sacred. They're very, very high vibration. And obviously we need them in our ecosystem. We need them to pollinate flowers and for food and for honey. Honey is very healing. Some of you guys could, I'm seeing like someone making a mask. You could use honey in like a face mask. It's coming through for someone. What else, Spirit? What signs? We have coins. You guys could be finding coins everywhere. We've got pennies, we've got gold coins, we've got, obviously it's coins from different countries, different currencies that you will use. Maybe when you go traveling, you find if you have leftover coins from money that you've had changed, or if you find a coin, I feel like you keep it, that you collect them. Some of you could collect certain coins. I'm hearing Benjamin Bunny. Don't know if Benjamin Bunny, if there's coins. We have here sandbox. I love how it has the little feet on the beach. So you guys could be a huge beach lovers. Maybe you live near the sea, you live near the beach, and you can't wait to take your little one to the beach. You can't wait for them to be exploring the sand. And like you'll be wondering, are they going to like the sand or not? Are they going to like the texture? So maybe you've already got kids who at first didn't like the texture. You could have put them down in the sand and like pinned, you know, when they go back into that kind of fetus kind of pose that they're still in the womb. They could have done that straight away. You're like, okay, they don't like it. It may took them like some warming up to get used to the sand. But it's like you're interested to see like what they like, what they don't like. What else, Spirit? I'm just hearing I'm obsessed. You're going to be obsessed with your own child and like their personalities and all their little mannerisms. We have daydreams. Yeah, I feel like you guys are spending a lot of time on the other side, but whilst awake. So a lot of meditation, it could be daydreaming or like waking visions, visualization. But this is where you're getting all of your messages and your activations and your downloads from the Most High. A lot of it is coming from daydreams. We've got books. So some of you could be writers, you could be writing a book. I do feel like a lot of these children will be very powerful writers. There could be a certain book that you say from your childhood that you want to read your children, that you say for your children. We have signs, baby on board. So right before you conceive, you could be seeing this sign in cars, baby on board sign. Some of you could buy a sign. I'm literally seeing somebody have a sign in their car, and it's not just for like one baby. It could say like multiples on board or something like that. That's coming through. Or I'm seeing the siblings on board. So it could also just be their way of saying that you're going to have not just one child, like multiple. And they're going to be a sibling. We have giggles. So this was coming through earlier, you know, with the bursting out and laughing. I feel like a lot of you are just going to start bursting out laughing now. And I feel like these babies, these children coming through are going to be very, very giggly. You know, when you see like the reels of the children cracking up, there's going to be that kind of laugh that is very infectious. And when other people hear it, they can't help but to laugh. We have baby things. So a lot of you guys will be buying, like getting your nest ready. Getting the nest ready for the baby. You could also be buying a gift for your spirit baby. I always, always, always recommend and bang on about that. Buying something physical so you can help you connect to your spirit baby. Little booties, like little newborn shoes. That helps. But I feel like a lot of you, you could be looking like at prams. Maybe you were looking at prams before you clicked on this video, because some of you could already be pregnant. And maybe you're wanting to get a new pram, or maybe you need to get a pram that has space for more. Because you could be having a multiple birth, or maybe you're just adding. So you'll be adding another child. They want to get some poems from my deck. Can we get a few poems, please, connected to the Octopus Omen reading? Which poems do the collective need to hear? Thank you. We have sunshine and blue sky, surprisingly during rainy season. In a past life I committed treason. My soul is a natural healer, not a wheeler dealer. Nothing criminal about me, but that's what they wanted others to see. Instead of my golden light. Mummy, Daddy, will you help me speak my mind? Past life regression will help speed up life lessons. We are not born a clean slate. In this lifetime, letting go is my aim. So again, this child is letting you know that they're going to be very, very aware of where they have been before, where their soul has traveled to before. I feel like they're going to be that, I'm seeing the book of souls, which has like different stories in of children who remember their past lives. So I feel like they're going to be coming to you as soon as they can start speaking and be speaking about their past lives. And they're going to like blow you away by what they're telling you and what they know. Some of you guys could have got past life regression in the past. And I feel like maybe when you had this past life regression, this person could have confirmed like the children you will be having, or how many children you will be having. It feels like a spirit baby reading, but it was a past life regression. So your spirit babies would have come through then for somebody. But they're saying here, we are not born a clean slate. In this lifetime, letting go is my aim. So I feel like a lot of these children coming through, they're coming through to wrap things up. This will be like a last lifetime. They're coming just to finish off the last bit of karma they have. And then like the rest of the time here will be them like just having fun. Just experiencing being in this realm. Before their soul moves on to its whole new chapter. What else, Spirit? You. Orange flowers and clock towers, quaint places capture my heart. They're also helpful when making art. A family of painters I'm likely to choose, or those with literacy passion projects that become renowned and make it on the news. I do enjoy a good old snooze. Mummy believes I'm a grandparent reincarnated. She says it's in my eyes and I pull the same funny faces. Mannerisms are an interesting thing. Are we creatures of habit, or does the soul pull the strings? I'll ask many questions about life itself, the mystery of humans and this world. It doesn't take much to intrigue me. Only boring people get bored, so I ponder on my thoughts. I'll be an active sleeper because I'm a vivid dreamer. So a lot of you guys, you've been in this like astral realm kind of state, even when you're awake, like the daydreaming and the visions, because this spirit baby is around you. It's like they're tethering to your energy field. They're either you're already conceived or they're getting ready to come through, so they're tethering to you. You're feeling it's the influence of their soul that you're feeling. And again, they have very powerful gifts of remote viewing. So it's like you're connecting to this gift that is within them. Do you know what I'm being shown? It's a scene from Charmed, you know, about the three sisters that are witches, and when Piper is pregnant, I feel like it is with the second child. When the second child is when she's pregnant with him, it's like or it may be the first one. One of them, she has 2 kids though. They wanted me to talk about that. So you guys will be having like multiple children. It's like she can't die. She becomes invincible because this child is protecting her. Like he puts a force field around her. Whenever a demon or an enemy tries to attack, there's just a force field goes up and she can't die. She becomes invincible throughout her whole pregnancy. And then when this child is born, that's one of his gifts. He can put a force field around himself. That's what I'm being shown. So they're very, very protected of you, but they can also protect themselves. And then saying again, this is connected to the higher mind. It's connected to the higher mind. They believe that they are protected. They can easily put up this and it's like a blue shield. Obviously blue is connected to Archangel Michael, but it's like they can easily just, they think about it, they put up the shield, they're protected. It's like they think about something, boom, it's done, it's going to come in, and they know it's going to come in. They don't like keep being like when, how, like they know. They let go and they know. So again, it's that inner knowing that I feel like you guys are connected to as well. But I feel like a lot of your supernatural abilities are being activated by these spirit babies that are strongly around you within your energy body. I feel like a lot of them, you know, with the fetus can send healing cells to the mother. And on a soul level, the soul can send like healing and activations to the mother. That's coming through for someone. Some of you guys could be watching Charmed. You may have recently watched it, because they keep showing me like the different parts of Charmed. And when she is pregnant with the second baby, I feel like that his adult self, he time travels and he comes to them because he's trying to stop the firstborn son from going evil, from going down the wrong path. So he time travels. So there's something about time travel and the battle of light and dark that's very, very significant here. So they're going to teach us about telepathy, but again, how we can quantum leap, how we can timeline jump. They're going to teach us about time and what it really is. Because obviously when some people hear like time travel, you think of like a machine. Like, oh, we have to walk into a machine and all of these lights that going on, you start hearing all these weird sounds and all of a sudden, poof, you're somewhere else. They're like, no, that's not what it is. They're going to be teaching us about timeline jumping and quantum leaping. One more poem, please, Spirit, from this deck. One more poem. Thank you. Okay, so this one says, Grandma's house, dream catchers and tapestry on the walls. She has a photo next to Niagara Falls and gets uneasy when I stand on her garden walls. The great US of A loves talking about the good old days and how they shaped her in old age. As bright as a button, tells me to watch out for that thing called glutton. You take what you need and that's enough. No human needs to ever feel stuffed. Everything in moderation. She'll be pulling me away from that PlayStation. Go play in the real world, breathe in fresh air, let down your hair. This online stuff is getting the young ones into a bit of a muck. They're talking about a blackout, right? And they're showing me a blackout, and they're saying like they know what to do, that they'll know what to do when this happens. But they're bringing in a blackout, and I mean it's already been happening. Just staring at USA, and I do feel like it is in the USA where certain like states were going down, the electrical grid, electricity and the internet was going down, so it has already been happening. But they're talking about a blackout. So again, they're going to be very connected to their electromagnetic fields and very intrigued by electricity. There's something about electricity and the power that we use now that they're going to assist us with going to the next level. And it's using technology that humanity is supposed to be using, not technology that pulls us out of balance, not technology that pulls us away from ourselves. It's like working with the technology, working with our own energetic bodies, but also working with technology outside of ourselves. So one of those would be like solar panels, like solar power, because that is connected to the sun. That's connected to Christ consciousness. I feel like this poem as well, it keeps coming out in a lot of readings recently. This one. No, they don't want this one. They wanted some timings in this reading. So can we get some timings when it comes to conceiving and potential due dates for the collective connected to the Octopus Omen reading? Can we get some timings and potential due dates? We have September. So that would line up if you guys are pregnant now or you'll be conceiving soon, September. Obviously September, they're saying that they're talking about 9. So obviously the number 9 is connected to September, but number 9 is also connected to how many months a woman is pregnant, and 9 is connected to like a cycle ending. So a cycle is ending. Look what we have here. A door will open. It's time. So you guys are closing out one door. You have to close out one door completely and be done with a cycle before you walk into another. You can't be existing in the void. And when you're existing in the void, this is where you can get like psychically attacked. So you need to be there saying to walk through this new door. Don't be afraid. Walk through this new door. They're also saying to follow the light. What else, Spirit? So you know, if I'm seeing someone like walking through a woods. And I used to do this with my friend, right? So we'd be walking in the woods near hers, and we were like kind of just walking around chatting, and we were like, okay, where should we go next? Which path should we go down next? And we were both like, let's follow the sun. Let's follow where there's more light. That's what's coming through. What else? We have 3 months. Some of you guys could be conceiving around 3 months. Or maybe you're due to be given birth in 3 months. What else, Spirit? We have a Wednesday. Jesus. Straight away I saw Wednesday Addams. So you guys could be huge fans of the Addams family. You know, like the old cartoons as well, and the old films rather. So Wednesday Addams is coming through. You could have loved the remake. But I feel like you would have preferred that the classical, the old stuff, but you could have also loved the remake. But Wednesday is coming through. And they're showing me a dance. So maybe there's like a child in your family who does the dance. But I feel like maybe some of you guys like wear a lot of black. But again, I feel like they're talking about a certain spirit baby that's coming through. That's going to be very, very hard to read. Maybe they look like very intimidating, or they wear a lot of black. They could have very dark, like mystical eyes, very intense eyes. Again, they're showing me the elder. They could have black eyes. And you know, the dark brown that almost looks black, that's coming through. But they have a mystic's eyes. But they could have that kind of persona and that personality of Wednesday Addams. But they're just like, they're very strange, and people like try and work them out. They're very like, they're a mystery. They're a mystery. They can't be boxed. That's what it is. They can't be put in a box. We have at 1 in Crescent. So you could conceive or be due to be given birth when the moon is in this phase. And they're saying to Google the different moon phases. Google the different moon phases. Like if you look up the time and date that you were born, and you see what the moon was in, it gives you a description of the moon phase and what it means to be born under that phase. And you can also look into this for any children that you still have, or if you look into it for family members. That's coming through for somebody. Maybe you've already done that. We have Tuesday. And that they're saying one after the other. So you've got Tuesday and Wednesday, one after the other. Maybe you're going to name your child like after a certain day of the week. We have 10 months for some of you guys. And 10, the number 10 is connected to completion. So you have a cycle ending, then you have a completion. So you were completing out something and you were walking into a completely new cycle. Again, I feel like this is you connecting to more of your higher mind. And we have during Aries season at the back of the deck. So Aries season could be very significant. And again, Aries is like, Aries is the first. I feel like Aries is the first zodiac, and I'm getting like go-getter. So it's that go-getter energy. So it's like you're closing this door now, you're done with that. And you're moving into, you're activating your divine masculine. But you're moving into that reality where things are going to be more go, go, go. Maybe you guys are going to get busy when it comes to like your passion project, when it comes to your career. You could be getting very, very busy. And again, if you're going to be having a child coming through and you're going to be raising children or adding to your family, again, you're going to be very, very busy because all your energy and your time goes on your kids, goes on your family. They want some dice. So I'm going to get some story dice for you guys. So the first one we have here is an umbrella. And they're saying the rainy days are over. The rainy days are over. So there is a lot more sun coming into your life. And obviously when this child joins your life, they're going to be bringing a lot of joy, not only to you, but to the people around you. They'll be bringing a lot of joy into your lives. And they're going to teach you, again, they're talking about what they're going to teach you. They're going to teach you how to be stepping into your joy and into your happiness. I'm hearing make a decision and stick with it for someone. Make a decision and stick with it. We have a bicycle. You guys could enjoy like mountain biking, I'm seeing. Like someone going up a mountain biking or BMXing. Maybe your partner enjoys this, but I feel like, again, the spirit baby's coming through. Because they're not scared of anything. So, you know, sometimes you see those videos of people doing like the mountain bike and are going up mountains, and they're going like down really tight roads, and they're literally on the edge of a cliff, and they're just going super fast. I'm watching them, I'm like literally having a panic attack, but that's coming through. So maybe the spirit baby is going to really enjoy that. So again, I'm seeing BMX, a BMX bike. We have a book. So that's confirmation for those of you who do who write, who express yourself very well through writing. But again, I feel like a lot of these spirit babies will be writers, because they've got a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share. So a lot of them are going to be writing books. They could be writing a book at a very young age. Where did that go? And we have cactus, the spiky cactus. This again, they're connecting this to that Wednesday Addams sign. So it's like with a cactus, it has water inside, right, and it's in a desert. So obviously people want to be getting to it, but it has all these spikes on to keep people out. But it's like, again, they're saying that they're hard to read. A lot of these children are going to be hard to read. They could look intimidating, but inside them is like this angelic being. Inside them is this angel. Inside them is this water, this like nourishment that everybody needs. But obviously that they need to be kind of putting the wrong people off. It's like keeping the moths out and just attracting the butterflies, the right people. I'm hearing God knew what he was doing when he created me. God knew what he was doing when he created me. And they're also referring to the genetics, how they look. Because how we look, it does play a part in our soul's mission. We have a trash can here. So again, this is connecting to getting rid of things that you don't need anymore. And they're just showing me someone close a door. So maybe you've closed a door on certain people or a certain relationship that is in your life. It could also be a job. It can be anything really, but you're closing the door. Like, it's not like the trash didn't take itself out. You had to be like, leave. You need to leave. One more. And we have the pillow with the little snory thing. So again, you guys will be having very vivid dreams, but also it's connected to your awakened world. So maybe you're having dreams and then the dream literally happens that day. So you're having prophetic dreams, and it's not like it's going to happen in the future. You could be dreaming of what you'll be doing the next day, or certain signs that you will see, or certain things that people say you're dreaming of. But again, a lot of you are daydreaming right now. You're not just daydreaming, you're having visions. You're getting downloads and coding. It's causing you to daydream. Obviously, you want to be careful with that. They're saying particularly those of you that are driving, be careful with that. Or even walking down the street, it could have already happened to you. You could have been like in a daydream, and then you like bump into someone. That's coming through for someone. Let's get some charms. I'm just going to pause because it is loud. Okay, so we've got this giant starfish. Obviously that's connected to the water element, but it's also connected to being a star. So like this, these spirit babies having that star factor, that it energy, that main character energy. We have a lollipop, which is in a heart shape. This is making me think of, you know, The Rock. So if you go to that UK seaside, if you go away to the seaside on those holidays, you can buy The Rock, you know, the candy. It's in a long stick and it kind of has all these colours. But it's literally just a hard stick of sugar. That's coming through for someone. So maybe you used to eat these a lot when you were a child. You can enjoy this kind of candy now. But I feel like a lot of these children are going to be enjoying candy that has many different colours. And a lot of you may be a bit like, God, because obviously it's going to have like a lot of different chemicals and like food colorings added to it, and many of them aren't safe for humans to be eating. If it's got like a natural coloring, you know, like a beetroot, you can use the beetroot, it turns things like a beautiful red. But otherwise you don't like them eating sweets like this. And I feel like you yourself, maybe you've been researching, going down that rabbit hole of like what you put into your body and certain chemicals and additives that are added to foods, and you're trying to cut them out and stay away from them. It could be connected to sugar or like processed sugars. We have here noodles, a pack of noodles. You guys could enjoy eating ramen. And I'm hearing my own spin on it. So some of you could put your own spin on the noodles and the ramen that you make. We have here a world card, like a map. So again, I feel like a lot of you will be travelling. You'll be travelling a lot this year in the future with your children. There could be a dream of yours to be travelling around with your family and showing them like different lands, different cultures. It's like I'm hearing the beauty and the wonder of Mother Earth and human beings. We have a panda here. So you guys could be seeing pandas everywhere. You could have like a toy. I'm seeing like more like a cushion, like a really soft cushion of it's a big one on a bed of a panda. And then we have Maybe that's why you want to visit countries that have a panda. Is that Japan? And we have here a book here. These kind of books, when I see these kinds of books, I always instantly think of the Akashic records and the soul's records. So it'd be these kinds of books or like a scroll. So you guys are very tapped in now to your soul's records. And again, these spirit babies coming through, they're going to be very tapped into their soul and why they're here. They're going to be on, I'm hearing on game when it comes to their mission. It's like full steam ahead. And you know, like the cartoon characters where they run when they want to run. There's another cartoon character might be holding them back and the legs are just going. There's like steam and smoke coming out their feet. That's what I'm seeing when it comes to these spirit babies. A lot of them could be very, very fast. You know, like wild children when they're toddlers. You might be running around chasing after them everywhere. But they think it's hilarious. A lot of them are going to be very, very fast because they're showing me Sonic the Hedgehog that is coming through. But that is all the messages that's coming through with this Octopus Omen reading. I hope that has resonated with someone out there, and I will see you in another video.